Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Project Suzuki continues. Part 2. This episode we'll be focusing on the engine and we'll be learning about it as we go along. If you don't know, I am not a mechanic, so that might be interesting. The episode 1 was mainly to do about stripping the interior, cleaning it a little bit. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave you a link in the description. I do have first lot of the parts. I'm still waiting of delivery of the remaining parts, but I will go through them as the video continues. Thank you all for coming back and enjoy the watch. Now, if you're wondering what's in here, well then there's two of us. No, I'm only joking. What we have is a new carburetor for the engine. This one is actually out of Toyota. A good friend of ours, myself and Kevin's the owner. He said that the Toyota carburetor fits perfectly as a replacement for the existing one. We have a load of hoses. I got a lot of those. So again, that's going to be interesting to figure this one out. What we know about them, they are red. Right, that's all. I have a water pump. That's going to be interesting to see to replace because I've never done that before. This is your fuel filter. This will be your... and that's the funny bit. I actually thought that that's the oil filter when I seen it in the box. And I assumed I don't need to order one. And then I opened the box and it turned out that's only a cover for the distributor. So that's one of the parts I don't have. I don't have the fuel filter. I don't have the oil filter. So I'm gonna have to pick that up next week. I have the V-belt or serpentine belt or fucking whatever name you call it. Driving belt. I have the new coil leads. Highly recommended to replace them every so often. Again, I don't have new spark plugs. They are ordered. They should be here next week. I don't have the air filter. Again, it's ordered and it should be next week. Also for next week we're planning to change the brakes, bleed the brakes. That's going to be interesting because I actually fucking never done it before. I'm curious how to do that. What else? Well, you can see we have the coolant because the water pump is out. Oh, I have one more thing if I find it. Oh, there you go. Flush for the engine, so that means I'm actually gonna have to start it on the old oil. Well, I'm gonna check it if the oil is still there. I'm gonna have to start it on the old oil, run it, heat it up a little bit with the engine flush in it. Then we're gonna drain the oil out. We're gonna check the oil, see if there's any bits and pieces in it. I don't think there's gonna be because those engines, if you look after them, they're bulletproof. What else? Oh yeah, one more thing. I got the new oil, semi-synthetic oil for the driving, for the, what you call it? Oh, for the differentials, front and back, and the distributor. Or what you call the one in the middle? I'll put a name in here. So yeah, I have the oil for the kitting. So without further ado, let's do some work. I actually have the rocker cover gasket as well, so righty then. New brake fluid. Where are we? So Okay. So if you haven't seen the engine on the beginning, it was bad. But what I did, and again, I'll send you back to the episode from last week. I actually sprayed this yoke. I actually sprayed this product on the body. I dilute that kind of like a little bit half and half and just spray the whole thing. So what happened is it actually ate the rust from the cover, from the manifolds, and from all the screws. Kind of worked like I suppose a bit of a prep. You know what I mean? Like it actually, you can see it here. It actually ate all the rust away, and it just left this white residue. So ideally, what you should do now is wheel the car out and spray the shit out of it, right? But I think I'm missing something all around. I'm just not gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it in a further stage. So, oh fuck! I just realized I don't have thermostat. Bollocks. Okay, I need to order that, but that can be replaced fairly easy, so that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I need to put it on the list. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna put it on the list because I will forget. So the thermostat is on the list. So as you can see, it actually doesn't look so bad, in my opinion. Once it's cleaned, it once it will be cleaned, it's actually not bad. Oh, a development. If you don't know, so I ended up chatting with Kevin, and Kevin is the owner, and he decided he's going to paint the car. So it's not going to be me doing it because I can only do one job, and that's going to be raptor the shit out of it. He didn't like that idea. So what he decided is he found a chap that's going to do a proper paint job for him. So as soon as we will finish the engine and the car will be in drivable condition, car is going away for paint. Whenever he's going to be away from paint for paint, I have I have to sort out my car. If you don't know, and if you're new to the channel, and you probably are because this channel is very small, I started with restoring my Land Rover Discovery. And so what are you doing? What are you doing, bud? Is your dog eating sawdust as well? Stop eating sawdust. Anyway, I've restored Discovery last year, and I'm using it every day for driving. But I got to a certain point with my restoration that I just needed to let it start running, and that's the same plan for this car. This car is going to get to a certain point, and then Kevin's going to start using it, and once he's going to start using it, after a few months, probably by the end of the year, we will know what this car actually needs. So we will know what more he needs. So the same thing, same scenario with Discovery. I'm using it for over 6 months now, and it needs me back. So in a few weeks time, I'm gonna have to bring Discovery back in, and he needs a little bit TLC from my hand again. So yeah, and I have big plans for that my car this year, because I'm planning to take it on a very long trip. But it all depends whether it will go through NCT. NCT, if you're not from Ireland, NCT is equivalent to, in the UK, MOT. Anywhere else is just an inspection of the car. So it all depends whether the car will pass the inspection. Now, so my job over the coming weeks will be to make sure that it will pass the inspection. Once the inspection is done, I will be able, and it will pass, I will be able to take my Land Rover on a long journey. If not, I'm not taking it. I'm not risking it. Anyway, guys, back to Suzuki. So the easiest way, in my opinion, to approach it now would be to just connect the battery, start the engine, let it run for a little bit. Now bear in mind, coolant is out of this engine, so I need to control and monitor the temperature. We don't want the oil to be too hot. So yeah, that's the plan now. Right, let's see if it starts. That's usually a good sound. Okay, I'm gonna let it run for about 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gonna drain the oil out. Okay, are we on temperature? Running on 2,000 RPMs, heating up. In my opinion, everything seems to be okay. So as I said, I'm gonna leave it to heat up a little bit, and then we're gonna drain the oil. Warm up. I do realize this is not your normal approach to changing oil, especially that I don't have the oil filter with me. But I'm not gonna do. I have to work with what I have at the moment. So I'm going to drain the oil. I'm gonna take the oil filter out, and then I'm gonna put it back in. I'm not gonna put the fresh oil yet until we will get I'll get the oil filter, and in the meantime I'm gonna try to dismantle the carburetor, take the rocker cover off. I'm not gonna change the spark plugs yet because I just don't have them, and I wouldn't feel comfortable of reconnecting everything without the spark plugs. I'm just gonna replace them as I go along. Plus I'm getting an electronic what you call this, electronic, what's the word for it? Oh, fuck it, I can't remember what's the word for it. Anyway, I'm gonna work with what I have, and we will see how we go. bit of update. I took the rocker cover off. I took the, after hour of struggling, I took the radiator off. So far I moved most of the hoses. Next I will take the fan, water pump, and a belt. Fuck's sake, look at this. Is that normal? Can't be, is it? Is that normal? Should it not be? I don't know. Anyway, I'll mark it here so I'll know where to put it back. I will open the timing belt and see the condition. Honestly, I think it's actually fine. Next, then we'll open the thermostat and we're gonna take off the carburetor. Anyway, let's get going. Right, so looks like we got to a natural stop, and let me explain. So we got a few parts locally, and they turn up this because there's so many different models with those Suzukis. We ordered wrong parts. So the V belt that I got is too short, and the water pump that I have is incorrect. Also, which isn't too bad, I suppose, because I was supposed to count how many teeth there is on the timing chain, on the timing belt. So I know it now, and obviously, me being me, and because it's so late in the day or in the night, it's kind of like a natural stop when you do something, and even the situation tells you, you know what, maybe it's time to stop. So I snapped the bolt. So I was trying to take that bolt off. That is the thermostat, and it snapped. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop because that's not the end of a problem. It's also the carburetor that we got, the Toyota Corolla, I think it's fine, everything is cool, but it has no gaskets, so I need to get gaskets for it. Yeah, so it looks like that I'm not gonna be able to do a lot this weekend. Also the electronic can't remember what it was. Anyway, I've ordered the electronic distributor for that. That's on the way, so it looks like there's not going to be done much to the car. What I will do tomorrow, just to keep the ball rolling, because I got the oils for the front shaft and for the rear shaft, I'll change the oils and I'll in the front and in the rear shaft. And that will be, and that will be it. And hopefully during the week, all the parts are gonna come, so I can continue on next weekend. But yeah, this is it. Isn't that it? If you have never worked on a project, sometimes it happens. You order parts and they're not the right ones. Anyway, it's not the end of a life. I'm just gonna pause it in here. Right guys, it is Monday. I'm not gonna lie you, I was hoping to do some work today. Unfortunately, my local garage didn't had all the parts that I wanted, so I had to order them. So they won't be in for another few days. So I have to finish this episode in this point. Sorry, I was hoping to do more. So where we at, just to recap of what we have done so far. I was able to take the cover from the timing belt, the pump. Unfortunately, the one that you can seen before, the one that I have had was incorrect. So I've ordered new pump, new pulley, new belt. This I ordered new thermostat, so I'm going to be fighting with the other bolt the other day, and then I'm going to have to retread this one. That's going to be interesting. Gasket for the carburetor. They didn't have the original one in the shop, so I ordered just a generic one. We're gonna do some arts and crafts and we're gonna cut out the proper one. I do have the seal for the rocker cover, but I'm not ready to put it back on, so we'll leave it. What else? Yeah, the cooler mounts and the fan, everything is taken off. The oil filter, I don't think you can see it. Yeah, so the oil filter is removed. The cork for the oil is removed as well. So I just left it for a few days to drain. Whenever I get the parts, I'll continue on with the project. I'm hoping to have all the remaining parts, including brakes and the shoes. That's everything. Everything is ordered, so I'm hoping to have everything for the coming weekend, so the next episode. So from here, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next episode.